Thank you for attending the financial results briefing for LIFULL for the second quarter of the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2023. First, we would like to introduce the participants in today's briefing. Participating in person are President and CEO Takashi Inoue, Director, Managing Officer, and General Manager of LIFULL Homes Yuji Ito, Managing Officer and CFO Hidekazu Fukuzawa. Also in attendance online are Director and Managing Officer Takashi Yamada and Managing Officers Yukihiro Hada, Kohei Kawasaki, and Tsubasa Nagasawa. Today, General Manager of LIFULL Homes Yuji Ito will be giving the presentation on the results for the second quarter. My name is Yuji Ito, Director, Managing Officer, and General Manager of the LIFULL Homes Business Department, and today I'll be presenting on the results for the second quarter. I'll be presenting according to the table of contents as listed on page 1 of the presentation materials. First, here's a one-slide summary of our key points for today. In general, our business performance has been progressing as planned for the full year. Regarding our financial results, we have 3 points. Our flagship service in Japan, LIFULL Homes, is progressing according to our original plans. Next, LIFULL Connect, our overseas subsidiary, has completed 2 acquisitions, both of which were consolidated during the second quarter. Finally, in our other businesses segment, we completed the sales of 2 investments made by the Regional Revitalization Fund. Finally, I will touch on our sustainability initiatives and give you some updates on the information we disclose on sustainability. First, I would like to give you an overview of our sales revenue. We ended the second quarter at 19.1 billion yen. The result for the previous fiscal year was 17.9 billion yen, but included 2 businesses we sold in the previous year. One of these businesses is LIFULL Marketing Partners, and the other is Fasciola. Fasciola was originally part of our overseas segment. Revenue from these 2 companies in the last fiscal year amounted to approximately 2 billion yen. To make it easier to compare with the current term, we have excluded these 2 services on this page. With these exclusions, the result would be 15.9 billion yen for the previous year. So we have increased revenue from 15.9 billion yen to 19.1 billion yen, or an increase of 20.1%. However, even if we include revenue from these 2 businesses, the result would still be a 6.3% increase in revenue. Next, I would like to discuss operating profit. Operating profit at the end of the second quarter totaled 1.7 billion yen. We've also divided this into separate sections for easier comparison. This year, we have a one-time gain of 500 million yen from investments made by the Regional Revitalization Fund. If we exclude this one-off gain, the result would be operating profit of 1.2 billion yen, up from 0.5 billion yen in the last term, an increase of 139.5%. However, should we include the gains from these investments, there would be a significant increase of 236.6% YOY as shown below. Now moving on, I would like to speak about each segment in depth, starting with the home services segment in Japan. LIFULL Homes is currently making steady progress as planned. For the second quarter, sales revenue amounted to 11.9 billion yen, with 1.3 billion yen in segment profit. As noted at the bottom of the slide, the comparison to the previous year does not include the results from LIFULL Marketing Partners, which was sold during the previous year. Comparing the results on an apple-to-apple basis, revenue increased 4.5% and profit 286.4% YOY, a significant improvement. As shown on the right side of the slide, growth in total inquiries, one of our focus points, has been steadily increasing and has contributed to the overall performance. Also, as mentioned below, increasing the conversion rate or the efficiency of our website before real estate professionals receive an inquiry has also been a priority for us. The fact that this area has risen as targeted, plus 4.1 points compared to the last year, is another good indicator of our performance. I'll give you more details on the various initiatives that we have taken later on in this presentation. Next, I would like to discuss promotion for LIFULL Homes. During this fiscal year, we have drastically reduced promotion spend compared to the previous year. Looking specifically at branding, we have reduced costs by approximately 60% from January to March, the peak moving season in Japan. However, at the same time, by optimizing the content of our promotions, our media mix, and the volume of our advertising, we have remained on target and maintained the same level of effectiveness that we saw in the previous year. As you can see on the right, we have filmed and broadcast a new television commercial and several exciting YouTube videos. In fact, some of the videos have been viewed more than 13 million times and created a big buzz online. As mentioned on the lower left-hand side of the slide, the number of by name searches, one of the KPIs we track, has remained at about the same level as the previous year. Therefore, I believe we can say that we have made improvements to the overall efficiency of our advertising. This next slide is from a previous presentation, but I would like to talk about the worldview for which we are aiming through LIFULL Homes. The ultimate value we provide is, of course, to help real estate professionals close deals and earn commissions. We are working hard to evolve into a platform that helps make the whole search process for a new home more efficient and thereby help our clients improve the profitability of their businesses. The funnel diagram shows the transaction flow. Users visit LIFULL Homes, send inquiries to real estate agencies, visit properties, and finally sign a lease or a sale contract. The focus of our strategy is to support the conversion rate shown at the bottom of this chart. In order to accomplish this goal, we are turning LIFULL Homes into a super hyper assistant with a focus on 4 key points: richer listings, more powerful search assistants, more personal support, and support for completing the transaction. First of all, I would like to give you a better idea of how we're enriching our listings. We receive a lot of questions about how we're increasing the number of listings included on LIFULL Homes. And the answer is that we've been improving our overall sales initiatives. As a result, we've grown the number of listed properties by 15.5% YOY, a pretty significant increase. Although the quantity of information available on LIFULL Homes is a vital metric, we also believe that the quality of that information is just as important. For that reason, we're focusing our resources on creating information unique to LIFULL Homes. One of the best examples of how we're doing this is our 3D floor plan. This is patented technology that's only available on LIFULL Homes right now. With this feature, users can experience 2D floor plans virtually in 3D environments on their screens. We're making full use of these kinds of contents and actively promoting them through our advertising initiatives. We've also seen increases in the numbers of panorama photos and additional optional features added by real estate professionals. This is another sign that our sales initiatives are having a positive effect. Finally, in addition to quantity and quality, we also pay special attention to information accuracy. In the past, we've been working with large-scale property management companies to ensure accuracy of listings. And in the second quarter, we added 5 new partnerships, bringing the total to 17. Management companies have direct access to which properties are actually vacant and update this information with us daily. Therefore, we're able to better keep tabs on which properties are no longer vacant, and if these properties are listed by a client of LIFULL Homes, we can alert the client automatically that the property is no longer available and should be removed from the website. Taking these steps means that we can provide more value to users of LIFULL Homes and better ensure that the listings that they are looking at are still available and contain accurate information. Moving forward, we'll continue to expand the amount of listings and improve the quality of those listings in order to further improve conversion rates for our clients and ensure that LIFULL Homes stays a reliable partner for both users and real estate companies. Next, I'd like to talk about our search assistance features. We continue to develop functionality and improve the user interface of LIFULL Homes. We are constantly making improvements to the LIFULL Homes every month, and these improvements have been translating into improvement in the conversion rates as mentioned earlier. Regarding the personal support features we offer, Sumai no Madoguchi, our direct consultation service for users, has continued to grow steadily. Currently, we're in the process of improving the links between Sumai no Madoguchi and LIFULL Homes to help more users experience this service. And then there's our transaction support. This is support at the very end of the funnel. For example, we've released a new product providing additional support for real estate professionals called Zumind Shindan, in order to increase the likelihood that a contact from a user will translate into a transaction for our clients. With this service, users take a casual personality test to gain a better understanding of what they're looking for in a new home and how a real estate agent can better assist them. Real estate professionals, on the other hand, can use the results of these personality tests to improve their own conversion rates. In the end, however, our overall goal is to improve satisfaction with our services and become a site that people are excited to use. Next, I'm going to talk about two items that happened after the end of the second quarter, but I think they give a good indication of our current progress. First, in April, we released the Line version of AI Homes Kun Beta. This feature takes advantage of ChatGPT technology and is the first innovation of its kind on any real estate portal in Japan. Users can add AI Homeskun as a friend on the chat service Line and ask questions about the moving process and consult with the chatbot in real time. This is a great example of how we're taking full advantage of LIFULL's expertise in development and responding quickly to new technology to add more value into the experience of finding a new home. Moving forward, we hope to continue to produce features like this in order to have a positive effect on our business performance. Another area of our growth strategy is in investment properties, and we're seeing progress here as well. 3 years ago, we acquired Kembia, one of the leading portals for investment properties in Japan. Over the last 3 years, we've been making preparations, and then last month, we completed the integration of the databases of Kembia and investment property section of LIFULL Homes. As a result, we currently have 42,000 listed properties available for our users. The important thing to be aware of with the integration of these databases is that until now, real estate professionals had to list their properties separately on LIFULL Homes and Kembia. However, now that the backends have been integrated, our clients can list a property on one of the websites, but it will appear on both. This means more visibility of their properties to different potential investors and makes it easier for us to continue to attract more users. We've had a lot of positive feedback already from our clients, and we will continue to increase the number of listings and users in order to become the leader in investment properties. In the next section, I'd like to give you more information on our overseas segment. In the second quarter, we acquired 2 companies which were both consolidated during this period. As a result, sales revenue amounted to 3.9 billion yen, with a segment loss of 0.1 billion yen. Year over year, revenue increased 19.3%, but this figure includes revenue from Fasciola, which was sold during the previous year. Although the overall business is still in the red for the first 6 months, as you can see from the chart on the right, results were positive for the second quarter, and we are continuing on a growth trend. On this next slide, you can see more about the progress of one of the 2 companies we acquired, Fazwaz, a real estate brokerage in Thailand. Fazwaz has been consolidated into the LIFULL Group since January 2023, and the business has been growing even faster than we originally predicted. The reasons for this rapid growth are, first, we're effectively releasing the synergies between Fazwaz and the network of LIFULL Connect real estate websites. Secondly, Fazwaz was already investing into the growth of their business before the acquisition, and are now seeing the results of those efforts. In the most recent fiscal year, Fazwaz reached a total of 1.3 billion yen in sales revenue, with a solid EBITDA. The second company that we acquired was the operator of the Mexican real estate portal La Moody, in an effort to expand our portal business in Latin America. The results of this business have also been consolidated into the LIFULL Group as of March 2023. The company itself was established in 2013 and currently has about 100 employees and does about 770 million yen in annual revenue. La Moody does business with more than 6,000 real estate professionals throughout Mexico, and our strategy is to increase our market share in Mexico by integrating La Moody into our network of portals and aggregation sites. On this next slide, you can see the earnings forecast for the overseas segment for the current fiscal year. In our original plan at the beginning of the year, we sought to increase sales and profits from each of the three pillars shown on the right: aggregation, portals, and transactions. Our aggregation sites make up our traditional business model. Over the last 2 to 3 years, however, we've been investing into the expansion of our real estate portals. However, Lamudi, the portal I mentioned on the previous slide, was not originally included in our forecast. Finally, we included the further expansion of the transactional model with the acquisition of Fazwaz, which was already included in the original forecast. By simulating the growth in all of these areas, we forecast that revenue would grow to 9.1 billion yen for the entire current fiscal year. Looking back at the progress of the overseas segment from the current halfway point, we continue to see a slight delay in growth of premium advertising on our aggregation sites. However, as I mentioned before, the real estate portals and Fazwaz have been performing well, and our transaction model is outperforming our original expectations. As a result, although the breakdown will probably be slightly different than originally expected, there are no major changes to our earnings forecast, which is still to aim for 9.1 billion yen in revenue. Next, I would like to talk to you about our other businesses segment. The LIFULL Regional Revitalization Fund completed the sales of 2 investment projects planned for this year. As a result of these sales, we saw a large jump in revenue to 3.3 billion yen, a 162.6% increase over the previous year. Segment profit was also positive at 0.5 billion yen. A loss was incurred for the other businesses segment in the previous year, but the current year is shaping up to be a turnaround in profitability. The main factor here, though, is the sale of the 2 hotel development projects I mentioned before. Also, as you can see on the lower right-hand side of the slide, our subsidiary LIFULL Senior made its first independent investments in TV commercials to increase brand awareness. However, even including the costs for the increased advertising in LIFULL Senior, the entire segment was profitable. The Regional Revitalization Fund sold 2 hotel development projects located in rural areas of Japan, with a total contribution of about 500 million yen in profit. We started this fund in 2018 and have provided a brief overview on the right-hand side of the slide. The second point I have about the other businesses segment is not directly related to our business performance, but is still an important business for us overall. You can see the LIFULL Architect logo at the upper right-hand corner of the slide. This is one of our subsidiaries that has developed a product called Instant House. You can see some pictures of the finished product below. The structures look cute and have a unique shape, but I want to emphasize some of the characteristics of these buildings. They can be constructed very quickly in about 3 to 4 hours by inflating a tent sheet and spraying the inside with a special foam substance. The result is a sturdy structure with outstanding insulation and durability, even under harsh conditions such as earthquakes. Currently, these buildings are being utilized in a number of locations as workspaces, lodgings, first aid rooms in disaster areas, and community facilities. Recently, we installed instant houses in areas affected by the earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. Instant House was developed by Professor Kitagawa of the Nagoya Institute of Technology in the wake of the Great Eastern Japan earthquake on March 11, 2011. Professor Kitagawa wanted to provide housing to victims affected by the disaster as quickly as possible, and it was very meaningful for us to be able to provide these products to other areas affected by natural disasters. We will continue to expand this business in the future as well. Finally, I would like to give you a brief update on our commitment to sustainability. Under our sustainability policy, we have been implementing a number of initiatives in line with the materiality of the LIFULL Group. For the second quarter, we have 3 major topics to share. First, we completed human rights due diligence for all of the subsidiaries of the LIFULL Group. Also, we set up a whistleblower channel for our business partners. In addition, we also introduced policies in April to allow 3-day weekends and shortened hours for employees to promote more diverse working styles. Please take a look at our investor relations website for more information on these and other initiatives. For the LIFULL Home side, we have also been taking steps to improve sustainability management. For example, we're continuing to increase the number of real estate professionals participating in LIFULL Home's Friendly Door to eliminate the problem of inequality in the housing market. Friendly Door is a service that showcases real estate professionals which actively support people who want to rent or buy a new home, but have difficulty doing so or do not pass screenings due to specific traits beyond their control. We set our KPI of 6,000 participating offices for 2025, but have already attracted 4,500 clients, or about 75% of our goal. Support from the real estate industry continues to expand rapidly, and we have also conducted seminars for real estate professionals, in addition to Friendly Door, as well as in-house training programs to help further find ways to solve this issue. This concludes my presentation on the earnings for the second quarter. However, we will also release a short video featuring our CFO giving a more in-depth explanation of the financials. Thank you for your attention and support. Question: Your company seems to be doing very well, and with the bounce back of the economy, what kind of figures should we expect in the future regarding the increase in the number of inquiries and the improvement in conversions? Also, what risks are involved? Answer: Ito. As for the number of inquiries, we have not changed our full year forecast, and we expect the number of inquiries in the second half of the year to continue at the same pace. As for possible risks, there are a number of factors that could come up, such as property sales or a revival of the pandemic. At the moment, though, economic activity is returning to normal and interest rates remain low, so we believe that the demand for property sales and rent will continue to grow. Follow-up: Inoue. As you know, COVID-19 has been downgraded by the Japanese government, and I believe that the economic momentum will increase nationwide. In addition, with the increase in the number of inbound tourists to Japan, we expect to see an acceleration in investments in Japanese real estate by overseas investors, for example, or also purchases for personal use. I would also like to note, though, that the growth we are seeing in our conversion rates and inquiries are not the result of external factors, but rather, as mentioned earlier, the result of continuous tuning of the LIFULL Homes website, and I am confident that we can continue to keep this trend going.